What if I told you that somewhere in the world right now, scientists are trying to make old cells behave like young ones again? Not with vitamins, not with expensive supplements, not with another miracle anti-aging cream. I'm talking about changing the biological age of the cells themselves. Over the past few years, I've been reading more and more about something called cellular reprogramming. Some scientists believe it could become one of the biggest breakthroughs in modern medicine. Others think it's still decades away. So who's right? And could this technology really change the way we grow old? I'm Alan Virtue, and together we're Chasing Dexter. It's important to note that researchers aren't trying to turn 80-year-olds back into toddlers. The real goal of modern longevity science is biological maintenance. Think of it like maintaining a classic car. We don't need to melt the car down to start over. We just want to tune up the engine so it runs smoothly, safely, and powerfully through as long as possible. And to do that, scientists are learning how to hit the rewind button on our individual cells. When most people think about aging, they think about wrinkles, grey hair, slowing down. But those are really just symptoms. The real story is happening inside trillions of cells. Now here's where it gets interesting. Every cell in your body contains exactly the same DNA. Your brain cells, your skin cells, your heart cells, even the cells in your eyes. They all carry the same instruction manual. So why don't they all look the same? Well, it's because every cell reads a different chapter of that manual. To understand how we rewind a cell, we have to look at our biology in two parts, our DNA and our epigenome. Your DNA is like a giant permanent recipe book you were born with. It never changes. But the epigenome, that's the chef deciding which recipes to cook today. Or even better, think of the epigenome as a massive wall of light dimmer switches. When you're young, these switches are set perfectly. The skin cell switches are turned up high and the liver cell switches are turned off in your skin. Everything is crisp and clear. But over the decades, we experience what scientists called epigenetic drift, which is really just life's background noise. The switches get bumped, they flicker, drift, and get stuck in the wrong positions. The cell gets confused, loses its identity, and stops working efficiently. That confusion is what we experience as aging. Enter the Yamanaka Factors, a Nobel Prize-winning toolkit of 4 specific genes that act like a master reset button for all these switches. But how we use this button matters immensely. If you hold the reset button down completely, what's called full reprogramming, you erase the cell's memory entirely. It forgets what it is. If you do that to a brain cell, it forgets how to be a brain cell. That's a biological disaster. So researchers are betting on a smarter strategy, partial reprogramming. Instead of holding the button down, they give the cell quick, controlled pulses. It's just enough of a nudge to shake off the rust and reset the dimmer switches to their youthful factory settings, without causing the cell to forget its day job. We want a younger, stronger heart cell, not a cell that forgot it belongs in a heart. This isn't just theoretical. Scientists are already fixing the body piece by piece in laboratory studies. For instance, biotech companies like Life Biosciences have targeted the optic nerve in the eye. By gently pulsing these reprogramming factors, they've successfully coaxed damaged eye cells in animals back into a youthful state, actually restoring lost vision. Meanwhile, others are looking at the brain, aiming to refresh the aging physical hardware of our neurons to fight off conditions like Alzheimer's, all without touching the precious software of our memories, history, or personality. Now, before we get too excited, we have to talk about the brakes. The stakes here are incredibly high, and there is very good reason that health authorities haven't approved these therapies for humans just yet. If we don't control the volume of these reprogramming pulses perfectly, things can go sideways very fast. In early mouse studies, overdoing it didn't create youth. It created chaotic, disorganized tumours called teratomas, where the body gets confused and tries to grow multiple tissue types in the wrong places. Because our highly active tissues, like our liver or intestines, constantly divide and copy themselves, any tiny mistake in the reset process can get multiplied quickly. Precision is everything. This is why the future of longevity medicine won't be a single magical fountain of youth pill. It's going to arrive as a series of highly targeted, carefully approved treatments, likely starting with the eyes, followed by specific treatments for muscle loss, heart health, and our immune systems. Ultimately, what we are witnessing is the beginning of a massive shift in medicine. For generations, our healthcare system has been reactive. We wait until the machine breaks down before we try to catch it up. Cellular reprogramming opens the door to proactive maintenance. It's all about keeping our biological hardware resilient, energetic, and healthy, so we can live out our later decades with the wisdom of our years and the vitality of our youth. The clock is ticking, but science is finally learning how to adjust the gears. If you want to stay on the cutting edge of how we can age out loud and chase a longer, healthier life, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.